Most limited edition IEMs are nothing more than a fresh coat of paint slapped on something you've already seen. Same sound, shinier box, bigger price tag. The 64 Audio 12 Ti is not that. 64 Audio took one of the most respected IEMs ever made, the U12T, and rebuilt it from the ground up in aerospace-grade titanium. We're not talking about a color swap or a numbered certificate. This is a material overhaul that changes how the IEM feels, how it wears, and potentially how it sounds. There are only 200 of these in existence, and once they're gone, they're gone. If you've been on the fence about the U12T, or you've been waiting for the version that matches its performance with truly something special in your hands, this is the window, and it's closing fast. So let's talk about what actually makes the 12 Ti different, and it starts with the material. The shell, the faceplate, and the exclusive M20 Apex module are all made from Ti6AI 4V titanium. It's the most widely used alpha-beta titanium alloy, comprised of 90% titanium, 6% aluminum, and 4% vanadium. You can find it in aerospace structural components, medical implants, high-performance racing parts, and now IEMs. Titanium is having its moment right now in the hi-fi industry. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but there's good reason for it. These industries didn't adopt it by accident. They all chose it for its exceptional strength to weight ratio, its resistance to corrosion, and its biocompatibility. Now, what does this mean for you as a listener? It means a shell that's stronger and more resilient than the traditional aluminum construction. Titanium is naturally lightweight, so you're getting a more durable IEM that still feels comfortable during those long listening sessions. And because Ti6AI 4V is biocompatible, hence the reason why it's used in medical implants, it plays nicely with your skin. No irritations, no reactions, even over extended wear. The U12T uses an electroformed stainless steel faceplate chip with a matte silver aluminum shell, and that's a great combination. It served the U12T well for many years, and this is actually the older model, so if you're looking at this and saying, this is not what the U12T looks like, this is what the U12T used to look like. But obviously, compared to the 12 Ti, it's operating on a completely different level. This isn't just a cosmetic upgrade, this is a complete reimagining of what the U12T is capable of. If you haven't gathered already, the 12 Ti isn't a new IEM, it's simply the U12T elevated. Under that titanium shell sits the exact same driver configuration that made the U12T so successful. You've got 12 balanced armature drivers in this configuration, 1 Ti high driver, 1 high mid driver, 6 high mid drivers, and 4 low drivers. And the technology, well, that's identical too. You still get 64 Audio's TIA design, that's their tubeless in-ear audio system, which uses an open balanced armature driver in a single bore design to reduce unwanted resonance and distortion. It's the technology that put 64 Audio on the map, and it's the reason that their IEMs are known for achieving a transparent, lifelike sound signature. The Apex system carries over as well. That's 64 Audio's air pressure exchange vent, which releases pressure in the sealed ear canal so that you can listen more comfortably for longer periods. It uses tiny interchangeable Apex modules to alleviate fatigue and open the soundstage in a way that most sealed IEMs just can't match. So both the 12 Ti and the U12T are going to come with the 4 Apex modules. That's the M20, which is the stock one you can see here, M15, M12, and MX. Each of these tiny modules right here is going to adjust the pressure relief, the noise isolation, the bass attenuation, and also the mix width, so that you can tune the listening experience to what you're doing in the moment. You kind of get the luxury of owning multiple IEMs without having to buy more than one. So let me explain how it all works. In the case of the 12 Ti, the M20 is the stock module and it's composed of titanium. It comes standard on both IEMs, and it provides roughly -20 dB of noise isolation. So it's going to retain the most low frequency energy and give you a tight center imaging. The M15, that uses dual ambient ports and modified internals to lower that isolation to -15 dB. You're going to get a more ambient sound and a tamed bass response while still maintaining excellent timbre and high frequency reproduction. From there you have the M12 module, which is going to tame up the bass response even more if the M15 didn't do it for you, providing you with a -12 dB isolation. And lastly, the MX module. This one is the most open of all the modules, providing you with negative 10 dB of isolation, so you really get that transparent, resolving listening experience. Want to enjoy some classical compositions? Switch in the MX. Not getting the instrument separation that you're after? Switch to the M20. It's that easy. There's no frills, there's no fuss. You simply pop them out, replace it, and put the new one in. Rounding out the technology suite is LID, Linear Impedance Design, which corrects the non-linear electrical resistance across the 12 drivers so that your sound stays consistent no matter what you're plugging it into. Whether it's a smartphone, a DAP, a dedicated DAC, or a dedicated amp, the 12Ti responds the exact same way the U12T does. Now for the question everyone wants answered. Does titanium actually change the sound? In short, yes. After spending time with the 12Ti connected to Estelle & Kern's new PD20 DAP, here's what I can tell you. It's dynamic and lively with a tight, impactful bass response. The presentation is smooth, balanced, and it's just effortlessly musical in a way that just really pulls you in. I put on Travis Scott's song 90210, and in the background of the song, there's this static, almost gritty-like texture that came through really audible and almost clear as day. It's a really cool production detail that feels more intimate and intentional with the 12Ti than I've ever heard it before. And I've been listening to this song for well over 10 years now. The 12Ti breathed new life into the song, and I could see the full picture of what Scott was trying to achieve when he added that texture in there. And then there's Enya's hit, Orinoco Flow, and it was just so smooth and entrancing that I genuinely forgot that I was sitting at my desk working. You know, I didn't like forget that I was working, but you know what I mean? Like I was just daydreaming. I was in the song, living in the moment. So how does it compare to the U12T? The sound quality is very much in line, and honestly, the best way that I could describe it to you is to think of these as fraternal twins. They've got the same genetics, they just look different. Listening on the U12T, it was immediate, dynamic, and quick, much like the 12Ti. I will say the sound felt a little louder and the overall presentation was slightly bigger and bolder. If anything, I think that the titanium shell kind of tightens up the sound a little bit, making it a touch cleaner than the U12T, but the character is still the same. That shared identity is very much intact. You know, we're talking about like very minor differences that were only noticeable when I was A/B testing them song for song. It's not a completely different IEM. So all of the DNA is still there. You can still hear it. What separates these two though is the physical construction. You've got titanium versus aluminum and stainless steel, and obviously the overall aesthetic. The U12T has that signature all silver look with its light gray faceplate and silver trim. Mind you, I said earlier, this is an older model, so it has that slightly different faceplate, but the 12Ti goes with that full titanium from head to toe. It's got a completely different visual presence from the U12T. Now for the fun part. What's in the box? Because 64 Audio didn't just upgrade the IEM, they upgrade the entire experience. 64 Audio is one of the few brands that consistently blows me away with their presentation, and the 12Ti is their most sophisticated release yet. You pull off that textured sleeve from the box, open it up, and you'll find the IEMs, a full suite of accessories, and an envelope containing a personal message from the founder along with detailed informative materials. You've got instructions on cable attachment, swapping Apex modules, maintaining the IEMs, how to wear them, and also registering the product. They've thought of everything here. So let's start with the cable. The 12Ti comes with 2 dedicated shielded cables specifically crafted for this model. Right here with me, I've got the 3.5mm, and it also comes with a 4.4mm balance cable in a separate box. So the cable itself is a 4-core cross-braided design made from silver-plated UPOCC copper with a total impedance of just 0.29 ohms. That means you get great noise shielding and a clear signal transmission. And it completes the head-to-toe titanium aesthetic. I mean, the cable looks like it belongs with these IEMs. Oh wait, that's because it was built to. Now, if you want to upgrade that cable, I recommend either our Silver Dragon IEM cable or Bronze Dragon IEM cable. I ended up leaning more toward the Silver Dragon for a tamer low end on certain songs and slightly more nuance, but it truly comes down to personal preference. If you want to keep that musicality and beef up that body and weight, then you might find the Bronze Dragon to be more suitable. That's the beauty of upgrading to one of our Dragon IEM cables. You can subtly tweak what you don't like and craft the sound to your liking, your favorite genres, and your listening habits. Now, beyond the 2 cables, you've got the 4 Apex modules, which I mentioned earlier, 3 sets of ear tips in 3 different sizes, including spin-fit silicone, standard silicone, and true fidelity foam, a hard shell carrying case, a shirt clip, a cleaning tool, a cleaning cloth, and a 64 audio sticker. I mean, who doesn't love stickers? Now, when I picked up the 12Ti, I did notice it felt a little heavier than the U12T. I don't have the exact weight specs to compare it, but in hand, there was a slight difference. What I may be interpreting as weight could actually be the additional durability, which we know the shell delivers. It feels substantial, like you're holding onto something that's built to last. And that's really what sets this release apart. As an anniversary, limited edition unit, 64 Audio went that extra mile to make the 12Ti special, not just in the titanium construction, but in every last detail here. The packaging, the founder's note, the shielded cables, nothing about this IEM feels like an afterthought. The 12Ti comes in at $2,500, which is $500 more than the U12T's 2K price tag. And there are only 200 of these in existence. For that premium, you're getting the titanium construction, purpose-built shielded cables, and the opportunity to own a limited edition product. Something so exclusive that it's reserved for you and 199 of your friends. That is, if you score it in time. But I want to be clear about something. The U12T is still one of the best IEMs that you can buy at this price. If the 12Ti sells out before you can get your hands on it, or if that titanium upgrade isn't something you want, the U12T delivers the same legendary sound, the same technology, and the same driver configuration. You're not settling here. You're choosing this or that. And either way, you're choosing well. The 64 Audio 12Ti takes everything that made the U12T a modern classic. The 12 driver configuration, TIA technology, Apex venting, LID, and it wraps it up in aerospace-grade titanium with a purpose-built shielded cable to match. At $2,500 for one of only 200 units, this is a collector's piece that doesn't sacrifice an ounce of performance. And if the 12Ti sells out before you get to it, don't sleep on the U12T. It's the same legendary sound at $2,000, and it's not going anywhere. Now, if you're still curious about the U12T IEMs, I've got the perfect next video for you right here. We put it up against its younger sibling, the U6T IEMs, and the two went head-to-head in a full comparison. Check that video out, you're not gonna wanna miss it, and we'll see you right here next time.